Hello everyone. Now that I have finally had free time and made sure that everything was correct and in order, let's look at how Lighter can be beneficial for your account. Lighter is a stun agent that can enhance both fire and ice element, providing minor boosts. However, Lighter can increase your team's ice and fire damage by 0.46% and it stacks up to 20 times. And on top of that, he's an agent that's heavily dependent on switching and assisting allies. Let's keep that in mind. This is the most crucial part. And with the many comments I've seen so far, people were comparing him to other stun agents before the buff. Those that were compared to him were Lycon and Chinin, and especially Lycon. And with these comments alone, it made Lighter seem kind of underwhelming for a limited agent that is going to be released, especially for the man of the hour in the next patch. But now that I've calculated what benefits he gives you, his calculations were showing something that is way more promising than Lycon. So let's get started. Just keep in mind that these calculations aren't what you're supposed to be playing, as I'm just giving out an example. And many of the viewers actually have some idea on how significant the buffs are. With the calculations I made sure that Ellen and Lighter had their weapons, and added Soukaku's buff, making sure that both the 1000 flat attack bonus that Soukaku gave, plus Ellen giving 20% ice damage, and on top of that adding Lighter's debuff, which is 15% for ice and fire, and Soukaku's 10% for ice on her M4, which is Cinema 4 by the way. And just to make things clear, Lighter was using his W engine as well. But now that we got here, let's see how much exactly do we gain from Lighter's damage. Thanks to the training room, I can simulate a combo rotation that we can have with Lighter in the team. Since Mark II Guardian has a longer stun duration than the most of the enemies in the team, and since I sat down with my friends testing each boss to make sure the process goes smoother, thank you Sour and Holland, we gained some good results. The Lighter team combo while the enemies are stunned is going to be Tail Swipe into Sharknami into N3 into Tail Swipe into N3 into normal combo. And as we've seen in the video, things are looking good so far. While on Lycon, I did consider the normal combo was Tail Swipe into Sharknami into N3 Tail Swipe into N3. And before people ask me, yes, the damage increase was 50% due to the fact that this W engine was added. The damage bonus you gain from Lighter is 60%. And it is at the moment nearly impossible to get. Let's get this out of the way real quickly. If we added Lighter's W engine plus 2-piece Shockstar Disco plus have on his 6th piece Impact, the total impact you'll reach with him is 237. That is of course with the weapon passive being active. Seeing this alone with Lighter, we can assume that Lighter is going to be a massive game changer. And if you want to gain the full 60 damage buff, you'll need his signature on R3 at least to gain it. And since the game is at an early stage, we lack many units that consist with ice and fire. And a lot of people are going to wonder, what about Soldier 11? I've put her in the test and used Lighter, Caesar, and Soldier 11 in the team. The results looked very promising actually. The damage increase she gained is massive, and the damage increase without the Lighter weapon was a little bit less than usual with the damage. I've tested Steam Oven with both squads, and the damage difference is significant. And that mainly falls on the fact that Lighter needs much more impact to provide you with a better elemental damage bonus, which can go up to 60%. And again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, in order to gain that, you'll need at least R3 signature. But for now, the buffing capabilities on an A rank, which is Steam Oven at least, is 40%. And if it's an S rank, you can gain 50% easily. So what will be the rotation majority of the times? Assuming that you're going to play Lighter, you'll treat him like a Lycon, and switch with the support at the end of the rotation to make sure that you'll gain the buff from them. I'll be using the team that I used as an example in this video, which is Soukaku. Since Soukaku's M4 requires you to use her EX special or chain attack, you can then switch out to Ellen afterwards to proceed with her combo rotation that I've mentioned earlier in the video. The same thing applies if you're going to play with Soldier 11. As long as the rotations are going correctly, you'll be at the good hands of Prince Lighter. So what teams are we going to use with Lighter? Lighter can function really well with Ice Agents and Fire Agents, so we can use him with Soldier 11 and Caesar or Lucy. You can also play Lighter, Bernice and Caesar, which I might find as a fun comp in my opinion. And lastly, Lighter with Ellen and Soukaku. And of course, the build is going to be completely different. If you're going to play him with an anomaly unit such as Bernice, you're going to use 4-piece Freedom Blues and 2-piece Shockstar Disco. With any attack team, you'll be going with Protopunk 4-piece and 2-piece Shockstar Disco. And in case you have Caesar in the team, you're going to go with 4-piece Swing Jazz and 2-piece Shockstar Disco. And for his W engine, you're going to focus on whatever gives you the biggest impact stat. The priority is having the highest impact. so obviously it's going to favor a lot of S ranks. If you have his signature or planning to pull for it, it's his best in slot, because it also provides you with massive buffs for the allies that you have in your squad. Second to it is Hellfire Gears, due to the passive functioning really well with him as well. And third is going to be Ice Shade Teapot, because the passive also functions really well with him. As for the A ranks, you'll favor using Steam Oven, afterwards Precious Fossilized Core, and lastly for the B rank, he's going to favor Hatchet the most. If his main engine is on R0, you'll gain 50% along with Hellfire and Ice Jade Teapot. As for Steam Oven, you'll gain 40%, and for Precious Fossilized, it's going to be 30%. And that's it, we have reached the end. Hopefully I've earned your subscription today. If I didn't, let me know in the comment section below if I said anything wrong, or if there's anything wrong with my calculations. And I'd like to promote my Discord link, it's in the description. I'd love to build a new community and have fun with everyone. See you in the next one.